Station. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to One Collection Down and welcome to Action Fest 2025, man. How's everybody doing tonight? Tonight, we got a good movie for y'all. Um, this movie, I believe, in a lot of ways, is a little underrated. That's just my opinion, but we're going to get into it. We'll talk about it. Of course, I'm talking about 2004's The Chronicles of Riddick, the ambitious Vin Diesel movie that, after watching it, I got to say, it really is about family. But let's talk about it. Welcoming back my brother, man. Let's bring him to the stage. My homie from Go Figure Reviews, my brother Jelani Station.
Yeah, bro. It is all about family.
It is, right?
Yeah, and how you lose them one by one. It's good times.
Hell yeah, man. Thanks for joining me tonight, man. Thanks for coming back to the channel and helping me review this joint. Yeah, man, we're gonna get into it. We'll get into it.
I'm so excited.
But I'm also excited because finally, man, we get to have your partner from Go Figure Reviews on here, which I've been wanting to get him on for the longest, man. And I heard he's a pretty hard man to contact.
He's a hard get.
It's not easy to get this guy on the channel.
I'm shocked.
Of course, I'm talking about his brother and my brother, the homie Brooks Station.
What's up, guys?
Finally, man.
Well, this is technically my second. I had like a cameo, like
Oh right, when you were drunk, I remember.
well, no, I was high. I wasn't drunk.
Oh, he was high.
I was like, awesome.
Oh yeah.
But then again, I mean, what's different about any other day?
Yeah,
fair
that's
enough.
what I'm talking about. Yep, that's fair. But Brooks, man, thanks for joining us tonight to review The Chronicles of Riddick.
Yeah, this is one like I remember from back in the day, but like I'd never seen Pitch Black, so I'd never bothered watching this one. But then like we watched Pitch Black for PCP nights, and I'm like, okay, so like eventually I guess I'll have to watch The Chronicles of Riddick, and got my opportunity. So that's nice.
Yeah, two very different movies.
Yeah, very different.
Don't go into Riddick thinking you're going to see Pitch Black Part 2.
Not at all. Not even at
all. But we'll get into it. Let me also welcome my brother, man. Finally, I got him on one of these Action Fest things. My co-host from the all-new, all-different Blame Fable show. I'm talking about none other than Stu, Dr. Doom's fan club.
Station. What is up, fellas?
What is
Thank
up,
you for having me. What is up? Thank you for having me. Happy to be here. Yeah, discuss this. I think this underrated, underlooked classic that, almost killed Vin's career, but regardless, our boy bounced back. It's all about family, and he's bulletproof, man. So happy to be here, man. Thank you for having me, brother.
Absolutely.
Happy Action Fest.
I was actually kind of shocked that you like picked this one. I was like, okay, Stu.
It's a reflex, dude. I'd seen it. So this is like one of those ones I think I just watched it. Like I just saw like over and over again on reruns on, cable TV and stuff like that. And it's like, even rewatching it, so much of the iconic imagery is ingrained in my head. So like, it was like when I saw you post that one, it was almost reflexive that I had to.
My brother, man, you definitely endeared me to you that night when you signed up for it. I'm like, that's my soul brother right there. Man.
Yeah. Till Underverse come, brother. Till Underverse come.
Let's go. Let's go. All right, man. Let me bring out our next panelist here, man. She is the first lady of the PCP Army Bad Batch. Anytime I get to have my sister on the channel, it is just like, it's going to be a great night because she is just an awesome, awesome person. And she's also one half of Geeks Unleashed, man, which is a great podcast. Everybody sub up. Geeks Unleashed, Spotify, Apple iTunes, all that good stuff. Go find Geeks Unleashed. But anyway, let me bring her out. My sister, Jasmine Station.
What's up, guys? Happy to be here.
Oh, yeah.
Also, the whole almost killed Vin Diesel's career. He passed up the cameo or the actual role in Tokyo Drift, and he made a deal with Universal so that he could personally buy the rights to the Riddick franchise for himself. So
No way.
Oh, that's sick. That's like one of the craziest things about it to me is like he's like scorching hot at the time. He had just made Fast and the Furious such a huge hit, and instead of making the sequel, he makes this. Like that's such a crazy call to make. So I got to respect him for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
he believes in it, man. He's still pushing it. He swears that there's going to be a fourth film. We'll see. We'll see. Talk about a fourth film since 2013.
I'd watch it, dude. If they get
down.
Chronicles of Riddick
I'm here for it.
I'm here. Yeah, hell
Let's
yeah.
My favorite space criminal. I'm down.
There you go. There you go. But let's bring out your partner, man. My homie, all the way from the UK. It is 2 a.m. over there, guys. But of course, because we had the lovely Jasmine, his co-host from Geeks Unleashed, he had to jump on, and I'm always grateful when this man makes a show of ours because, like I said, it's really late over there. I'm talking about none other than my brother, Mark from Geeks Unleashed.
Yo,
Nation.
go America.
America. Fuck
America.
yeah. Yeah. Good job, man.
I don't want to say the other thing that I said before we went live. People
No, don't say that. Don't get me in trouble. Man.
Fable, look, you made 3 mistakes. First, you took the job. Second, you came light. A 4-man crew for me, fucking insulting. Honestly, it's not the
Yo,
best
you
line.
took my goddamn bit. I was gonna pull that bit out my hat later. I love it though.
That's the best line in the whole film.
That was beautiful. Yeah.
It is.
That was great.
Got a bunch of bangers. Yeah.
Oh yeah, this definitely has that quippy one-liner shit to it that I
for sure.
absolutely love from movies like this. But yeah, man, let's get into it. The Chronicles of Riddick. Let me pull out my notes here. I got a couple, because I can't remember half of this shit.
I can't remember yesterday.
I can't remember 3 hours ago.
That was 2 hours ago.
I was high.
So the Chronicles of Riddick, guys, was released June 11th, 2004. It had a budget of $105 million and made $115 million worldwide. So, barely broke even. It was written and directed by writer-director David Twohy, who has written and directed every movie in the Riddick franchise. Twohy's other notable works where he was either the writer, the director, or both include Warlock, The Fugitive, G.I. Jane, and Critters 2, the main course.
Oh shit.
Wide variety.
Oh.
He's been some classics.
Yeah.
Banger after banger after banger.
Of course, it serves as the sequel to the 2000 horror film Pitch Black. And although the film is considered a box office failure, the director's cut DVD release of the film sold 1.5 million units in one day.
That's nice.
God.
Yeah, solidifying its cult status, which in turn garnered it a sequel with 2013's Riddick. All right, so what is the Chronicles of Riddick about? Well, I alluded to it a little earlier. It's about family, guys. Basically, the space criminal Riddick, like my sister Jasmine refers to him, from Pitch Black. In that movie, he saves 2 people, right? He saves the priest and a small girl who we thought was a boy, but is actually a girl named Jack, off of this planet with killer, what do you call those things? I don't know, bats or whatever the hell they are.
Evil alien monster things that like the dark.
So this basically takes place 5 years after that movie, and he's been in hiding. And he somehow lost Jack or got away from Jack, but now he's on the hunt to find Jack again. And in the midst of trying to find Jack, man, these guys called the Necromonkers, this empire, has been taking over the galaxy. So unwittingly, he kind of falls into this whole political empire taking over thing going on, trying to find Jack. And in the end, my man becomes king. of the necromongers. So this movie is like, when I first saw this thing, I'm like Brooks. Brooks had said that he never saw Pitch Black. I hadn't seen Pitch Black either when I saw this movie for the first time. I had heard that it was good, but I just never got around to it. And when I saw the Chronicles of Riddick, I had the lowest expectations, right? Because I gotta admit, I wasn't a big Fast and Furious fan either.
Neither, dog.
Yes. So you got Vin Diesel, and in a part two to a horror movie I hadn't seen. I had zero expectations watching this thing the first time. But let me tell you something. When I saw this thing the first time, I thought it was incredible. Not that it was the best movie in the world, none of that stuff, but it super exceeded everything that I thought the movie would be. I had no idea that it was going to be this big science fiction space epic that gave me, like, I don't know, Enemy Mine feels, The Last Starfighter. Remember when we used to make ambitious little science fiction movies? This gave me that, like, holy shit, this is a lot better than I thought it would ever be, or it has any right being. But it also was like the first time where my critic brain clashed with like the rest of everybody, the other critics, right? Because I started hearing, oh, what the hell is this? This is garbage. And I heard so many negative reviews, and I said, no, how? This movie is great. This movie's great. And you know what? I watched it again, and I stand on that hill, man. I still think this thing is underrated. I still think this thing is a good science fiction, fun time. That I don't know. It just deserves more flowers than it gets, and it deserves more. I don't know. It deserves to be continued in a lot of ways, in my opinion. But anyway, let's get to the crew. Let's find out what they thought about this movie, and everybody in the chat. Man, your overall thoughts on the Chronicles of Riddick. Of course, I'll start out with my brother, Jelani. Jelani, what are your overall thoughts on the Chronicles of Riddick?
Ooh. Now, I saw Pitch Black in the theater when it came out. I saw it several times. That movie is amazeballs. If you haven't seen Pitch Black, I would stop this, watch Pitch Black, and
no, don't listen to him. Don't listen.
Go on. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. You watch it. But Pitch Black is absolutely baller. It is one of it's sci-fi and horror, and it's like absolute peak. It's amazeballs. But Chronicles of Riddick, I was expecting to be that, and it is not that. It is a culture shock of you. How do you go from like this claustrophobic, evil, dark planet with these monsters that are you have to survive, and it scares the pants off of you, and then you go to Chronicles of Riddick, where it's just freaking necromongers and different portions of freaking planets and nonsense for a while, and you're just like, what?
I wonder how much of this movie was like based off of a Vin Diesel D&D campaign.
Yeah, it had to have been. It had to have been. I didn't even know this world existed. Like, they didn't portray that world in Pitch Black. And now we're getting this full-blown 10,000 years in the future, I'm guessing, sci-fi epic with like a guy that went to the nether realm or never thing and came back like
it's the Underverse.
Oh, Underverse. Dang it, Jasmine.
Get it right, get it tight.
I know, but it's a wild film. It is one of the wildest films I've ever seen after watching a horror movie. I watch a horror movie and then it goes into a sci-fi action genre, and I'm like completely thrown off. I've yet to see Riddick. I've yet to see Riddick because they're like, we fixed everything we did in that one and put it in Riddick, and I'm like, okay, sure.
They did though. They did. It's so good.
I will watch it. Dang, Jasmine, I understand. But yeah, I will see it. I will watch it. It's just Chronicles of Riddick. Wow, it's just got a lot going on for it. It's a lot. It's a lot. it once again, I treat it more like a culture shock film. It's kind of like we did Wanted last week. You know, after reading the comic Wanted and then watching the movie Wanted, that's two different things.
Mhm.
Just like that's why I picked this movie immediately following, because I was like, yeah, these are two things that are like not based on these, not the source material, I would say. It's just based on what came before it. Whatever came before it, it is not. And like, it would have been nice to go back to that planet for no reason and see the aliens there. Or no, they're not aliens. They're the people that live, the monsters that live there. I would have loved to see that again. Like, I don't know, necromongers crash land on that planet, and then like they get ate up, or Riddick like draws them to that world.
The bats, right?
That would have been fucking awesome.
That would have been
They
cool.
gone there and like drawn them and like ruined them, and then it comes back full circle, and then you're like, oh, that's awesome. That's a good call. That's an excellent throwback. But no, we get the Chronicles of Riddick. Don't dislike the movie. It's just there. This movie is there, and it has a lot of cool scenes in it. It's got a lot of great shots. The CG does kind of hold up. So it is watching it this time, like knowing, because I've seen this multiple times afterwards, but I had to cleanse my palate by watching Pitch Black again to make myself feel better.
Oh man,
They're two different movies.
They're two different movies. Yeah,
It's two different movies, but like it's got, the only difference is it's got Riddick in it and that priest and the girl that's not Jack anymore. She's my sister's name, Kira.
Kira.
And second they said Kira, I was like, that's my sister's name. You can't be her. She's really kills live faster. But it is what it is. It is a movie that existed immediately following Pitch Black. So yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, listen, I'll take a positive that you saw it multiple times.
Multiple.
After it came out. Yeah. So I'll take it, man. I'll take it. But Brooks, man, the Chronicles of Riddick, what'd you think?
Yeah, and to be clear, I watched the extended director's cut version of this movie.
Nice.
Wow.
Let's go.
Boy.
Let's go.
I feel like I've
Showing off.
seen the
now.
complete vision. But
Sure.
this movie, like I do, there's, man, it's like there are things I really like about it, but there's like a lot of things that I don't at the same time. Like the first thing is like I thought it was too long.
Yeah,
Like,
it is.
It feels like he's trying to jam too much into it. Like, he's got too many stories going. Like, I was thinking this would have made a great like 10 episode like mini series on like Netflix or something, where he could have like set up the Empire's rise and like all this stuff. But like it feels like he's trying to like he's kind of just forcing a bunch of stuff in here. Like he's got the kind of Macbeth story with Carl Urban's character, and like it's like you don't really get much resolution for it because it's got to move on to the next thing.
Fire Planet. Take Fire Planet out. Whole Fire
like,
Planet.
if it was done in episodes, you could do that. Like you could,
Yeah.
because you could build up like that. But in a movie, it feels like he's trying to compress it too much a little bit. Like it's very ambitious though. Like I am interested in the world, but like it's like you get a lot of lore dumps in this movie. It feels like it's kind of thick with them. But like it's interesting enough so that you can get into it. Like it's still a fun action movie. But, it doesn't really hold a candle to Pitch Black at all. It was fun, but I don't think it's quite on the level of Pitch Black.
No, I hear you. And you're right. I mean, it is ambitious, and that's probably some of the reason why I like it so much is because they went for it. Like, you know what I mean? He didn't necessarily.
Yeah, like it looks like the CGI is really good for this time. Like,
yeah, no, for
I'm
sure.
just impressed.
They were going for it. They were definitely going for it. But Stu, what do you think? The Chronicles of Riddick.
I love it on rewatch, man. I love it. It still holds up. It's super rewatchable to me. It's like I like the pace, and I completely agree with you guys story wise. It's like frenetic and kind of all over the place, but each sequence and each like kind of set piece has its own redeeming qualities and good scenes. So I mean, I definitely, it's not a movie without flaws, but that said, I still really, really enjoyed my rewatch. And I think there's great performances in it. You know what I mean? And to me, I'm all about the necromongers, baby. I love the aesthetic. I love the aesthetic. I love like you said, Brooks, great call on the Lady Macbeth vibes with Thandie Newton and Carl Urban with the mullet ponytail thing he's got going on. I love it, bro. And Colm Fiore as Lord Marshall. I don't care, Robbie. That's fine. That's fine. I'll wear it. I love it. Man. I love it. It's a ton of fun. So yeah, I really enjoyed my rewatch. It was fun to go down.
Don't listen to Robbie. He likes The Exorcist 3. Nobody likes The Exorcist 3. Nobody likes that fucking movie.
Yeah, just a movie doesn't have to be good or like, you know, in the Criterion closet for me to enjoy it. And you know, that's exactly what this one is. So
I like that you can admit that though, Stu. Like it's not a good movie, but I like it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right. Jasmine, sister, what did you think? The Chronicles of Riddick.
Okay, Fable, you're the first person that I have ever heard of that watched this one before watching Pitch Black.
Yeah,
in that case, I can see why you enjoyed this film because you had no frame of reference.
No.
But what happened here in this sequel is they started this franchise by giving us a creature feature.
Right.
It was a creature feature. We didn't care about there were no people. I mean, only people were survivors of this crash trying to make it off this planet. We get this next film, and now it becomes a space opera where we have a civilization that is trying to take over the rest of the universe, and you're just like, how do we go from
what the hell?
You're like the Scorpion King.
What is
You're supposed
happening?
to tell me this first. You're supposed to tell me this in Pitch Black. They're running from necromongers, and they're trying to get somewhere, and they're crash land on this planet. Tell me that, and that'd be better. And then they show up on the planet, and then they get eaten, and then you do it again in the second movie. God dang it! It's not hard.
Yeah, it made no sense. Like this being a sequel, it just doesn't make sense. Because this is nothing. This is absolutely nothing like Pitch Black. It would be like if they took the Alien franchise and in that second movie, we never see the aliens. It's all about, you know, them being on Earth and them trying to figure out what's going on Earth. And it's like, we got the movie about the aliens and the thing jumping out of the guy's chest, and now we got a sequel and there's no aliens coming out of people's chests. What do you mean? But people would be really pissed off about that. So for me, I do not like this film. It doesn't fit in the sequence. It doesn't make sense as part of the franchise. And it was just like, this doesn't even seem like anything Riddick would want to be a part of. Period. Like, and you notice it in the third movie. Like they start off with the necromongers in the third film, but quickly that goes away, and we get back to the creature feature roots of Pitch Black. Yeah. But as far as this movie goes, I couldn't care less. Like I'm not interested in the cast. I'm not interested in the only like storyline that I was kind of interested in was the other Furion. That's it.
Yeah,
that guy, like, you know,
what was that? That was so wild. And then he's just gonna let his only brother, like the only surviving member of his race, walk out into the like, go grab that man, bro.
I mean, Riddick don't really care about nobody.
I know, but still, it was like that was crazy. Jazz, like, let me ask you this:
you ain't family. You ain't got shiny eyeballs like me.
Do you think Vin Diesel had like more of? Was he tinkering more with like the writing and the production and like how they? Like the story of this film more than the films that came before and after it?
I think so. This feels like a very Vin Diesel movie.
He did. He was very invested in the character of Riddick, and so him buying the rights from Universal was his way of kind of taking ownership of the franchise. But honestly, I think they got a little bit just too big for their britches. Like there was no reason for Judi Dench to be in this film. There was no reason whatsoever. No reason for Judi Dench to have. But Vin Diesel chased her down. He flew to London to ask her personally to come and be in this movie. And I'm just like,
why?
Why? Like, why?
I was like, Judi Dench is the biggest favor that had to be called in for this movie.
I'm totally neutral. I'm like, no.
I mean.
What? Dame Judi Dench, why?
I hear what you're saying, Jasmine, but you know more factoids about this movie than I do. So I think you kind of like it on the low. You just don't like that it's the sequel to Pitch Black.
Well, okay, if it weren't a sequel to Pitch Black and it was like Riddick stepping out into somebody else's movie, sure, like that'd be fine. We can traverse universes. I'm cool with that. But like Pitch Black meant so much to me. Like the first time I saw it, Pitch Black was a thing that got me into fan fiction. Like that's how much I loved Pitch Black. I wanted more from that universe so badly, and I was so excited about this sequel. And then just to have all of that build up and like 4 years of waiting, and then this is what we got, and it was just like you just shit on all the fans that loved the first film is kind of what it felt like.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I hear you.
First time I saw it, I agree with you, Jasmine. That's the first time I saw it. I was like, this ain't Pitch Black. This ain't Pitch Black.
I could totally.
I would be surprised if Vin Diesel didn't make like D&D character sheets for every character in this fucking movie.
Well, it's funny,
like all their stats and shit.
It's funny that you say that because his love for D&D is what inspired the Necromongers and all of that stuff. But yeah, man, I understand you being in love with Pitch Black and then this being the sequel to that and it being nothing like that. I get that. You know, I didn't come into it like that. So for me, I was just like, this is like a great like a science fiction action movie. But I totally understand the whole Pitch Black thing. I can't fault you for that. I can't, you know what I mean? I can't take away any points for that. But Mark, what'd you think? Chronicles of Riddick. Okay.
That was a good down the bit. He's doing the bit.
He was doing it good too.
Yeah, it was good. That was bro. Yeah,
that was a good bit. Yeah.
Better than Mike.
Do you know what? My first ever DVD player was like that big, something like that. And I bought this DVD player. I don't know. I remember it was I saw like a newspaper article and I ordered this DVD player. And I didn't have any DVDs. And I went to the shop. I went to HMV and I remember it was like Waterloo train station. And I can remember the first 2 DVDs I bought. And I didn't know anything about them. Art of War and Pitch Black. Didn't know anything about either of them. And Art of War was alright. But Pitch Black, I was like, what the fuck is this amazing, low budget Australian movie? And I actually did look it up earlier. It was made for 23 million and it made 53 million. And I was texting Jasmine about half an hour before we started going, Chronicles of Riddick, this is the problem when people get given too much money. They went from, like Jasmine said, a creature feature. I don't know. I fell in love with the world of Pitch Black. And when they announced the sequel, I didn't even think this would be a film that would get a sequel because it felt like a low budget Australian film. Back then I didn't look up stats and Mark's now banned from TV. What for the Art of War comment?
He's just mad because he gets to see Seth Rollins.
Oh, Seth Rollins, guy.
Yeah. I mean, true.
Hey. Anyway, I love Pitch Black, and when I went to the cinema to see Chronicles of Riddick, I was so hyped up. I told a bunch of my friends, and we went to see it, and I just remember feeling like, when I left, felt like so disappointed. Anyway, 20 years have gone past, and I have rewatched it a few times because I do love the character of Richard B. Riddick, and there is scenes in this movie that I do get behind. I love the whole, when he's got the. I get to see Roman Reigns. All right.
That's fire.
I don't even know who that is.
Last WWE superstar. He's the last one.
I do really.
The very last one. I'm done. Last one.
For me, the parts of the movie I enjoyed the most were the non-necromancer stuff, like on the planet when he's getting chased by like the bounty hunter stuff. I loved Kira. I thought she was amazing. I loved how kick-ass she was. I was so gutted that they killed her off. I was really hoping. Although I get why they killed her off, because Riddick is a one-man band. Whilst he does have affection for, like you say, the priest guy and Kira, and he's kind of a bit like those typical characters, the Lone Ranger type. It was always going to end with him being on his own. It was always going to end that way. Even if she did live, he would have gone off and done his own thing. in terms of the budget, CGI and all the special effects, still holds up over 20 years later. Of those necromancer people, though, I loved Thandie Newton, not just for how lovely she looks, but I loved how calculating and manipulative she was, and she wanted to basically, she could never be king, but she was happy to be second. And I love how overconfident she was, like flawless. But yeah, obviously the head necromancer didn't even want to give Carl's character that joy of winning, that he actually moved so Riddick could kill him. I thought that was a good twist as well. I think overall the film's all right. You know, I think of the three that we've had, this is not my favorite of the three, but I wouldn't say I hate it because I don't hate it. I would say it's all right. Like I think because I enjoy the character of Richard B. Riddick, I think it's nice to have another film with him. It is weird to go from a horror film to kind of an action, neo-noir, sci-fi, kind of like Avengers style intergalactic movie. But I like, if I take some positives from it, I like the world building and maybe some of the character development of Riddick. There's not really character development of anyone else. So that part's cool to see the expanded world. And they're not the first franchise to go from horror to action. I mean, Megan's just done it this year with Megan 2.0 is now an action film. So anyway, that's all I can say.
No, I get it, guys. I get it. You know, like I said, my first exposure was not Pitch Black. When I saw those damn whatever monoliths coming through space and that ghost shit coming out of the ships and them marching down on the planet and the fucking guy with the helmet with the three faces on it, I'm like, yo, this is kind of inventive. And you know, the fucking oracle chicks that are inside those things, and I just love the science fiction aspect of it. But I understand if you just,
that part is cool though. Like, I agree.
The horror aspect is what was lost in this. He wasn't that big of a character in Pitch Black, right? He was just like a side guy, wasn't he? Or am I crazy? Yeah,
I mean,
Riddick's a main character.
He's the main character.
Well,
he didn't speak as much.
The pilot is
Rhoda Mitchell is also kind of joined with him.
She's the pilot. Yeah, she was the main character of Pitch Black, but you know, twists, shit happens. But Riddick was, in fact, Riddick isn't into it like the first, I think, 20 minutes of the movie.
I always got the impression that he was introduced. Something that popped off from that movie, but it wasn't his movie.
Yeah, he's
the Wolverine.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he turned out to be the highlight and the hero of the day of that movie. It's kind of like a reverse Aliens or reverse Alien, where you think it's going to be Tom Skerritt and it ends up being Sigourney Weaver. So it's kind of those things.
Yeah, and you know, I mean, if Aliens, a horror movie, became an action sci-fi movie like Aliens, you know,
but it still had elements. It still had elements of the movie. Riddick does not.
But anyway, we've talked about how great a character Riddick is, and I think there's a lot of cool characters in this movie. I think there's a lot of great actors in this movie. We have Vin Diesel, of course. We have Colm Feore, a great actor, played the Lord Marshal. We have Keith freaking David, man, possibly the greatest voice actor of all time, at least in my opinion. We have Alexa Davalos.
I put the beans before the frame.
We have Carl Urban, dude. Like, you know what I mean? Dredd himself. Hell yeah. We have Thandie Newton, like Mark said, great character actor herself. The Dame Judi Dench. I mean, wow, like what the hell? But I think there's a pretty cool amount of characters and actors in this movie. So I just wanted to highlight some of your favorite performances or maybe characters in the film. Jelani, is there a character or performance that you want to highlight?
See, Mark kind of took Thandie Newton, and Thandie Newton is she can always get it. Like always, like all the time. Like if she said something to me today, I'd be like, "All right, I understand. We should probably." I'm not gonna pick her because Mark pretty much gushed over.
No, you can sort of say.
No, bruh. I can't. I will give
quickly.
you my 2 cents though.
Hold on.
You got my 2 cents.
I saw Sandy Newton getting interviewed once on Graham Norton's show, where Jeff Goldman's sitting next to her, and she starts talking about how she doesn't shave downstairs, and Jeff Goldman's face was like, "What is going on?" Like it was like, and
Beloved.
She goes, "Sorry, am I making you feel uncomfortable?" And honestly, it was like the best interview ever. Like she's so confident, even in real life.
Oh yeah.
I just think.
Yeah.
She just didn't.
Have you seen Beloved? Go watch Beloved. Go watch Beloved. You'll understand the bush. Life happens.
She was talking about Westworld, and yeah,
that too.
But, yeah. She's such a great person, I think.
Yeah, she is. She can get it. Yes, I understand. Yes, absolutely. 100,000%. I mean, everything you're just saying just makes more sense. I understand. I fell in love with her. Yeah, I fell in love with her immediately at Mission Impossible 2. She's easily the best thing in Mission Impossible 2. Easily. Because that movie is trash. Except for Sandy Newton. Do you hear me? I named my car. I named my first Toyota car I ever owned Tandy. For the longest time, I'd just be like, "Hey, Tandy, how you doing? I miss you. I respect you.
Wow.
I love you. I need you." Yeah, it's that deep. Yes,
I
lost that car. My dad sold it under me. But yes, not Tandy Newton. I won't pick Tandy Newton. I will.
You just did, bro. You named your car after.
Yeah.
You named your car after. I think that's a wrap.
I love you. I respect you. No, she's not my character. Y'all pick other characters. You can pick her if you want to. That she's still open. My character is the bounty hunter, Skeety. Yeah, the
guy from Con Air.
Yes, that bruh. I don't
know
know
about Toombs.
Yeah. Toombs. Yeah, he's my favorite character just because like. He gets left. I don't know about the director's cut, but he gets left in the cage with those 2 armadillo dogs. Which, by the way,
taken the money.
Yep, you should have taken the money. He was so gullible, just so stupid. I was so perplexed why this character was in the movie, and like he didn't die the first time. That's why I was so impressed. I was like, not only did you come back. You came back with another crew and still got screwed because you tried to chase Riddick. I loved how stupid he was. He was fantastic to me. He kept getting these guys and they just kept. Everybody died, didn't they? Except him. He probably just died.
I like when he comes back with his second crew. He's like a 5-man crew this time.
5-man crew. Like that's not the same, bro.
I like when and Riddick kicks that dude off the back of the ship when they're going down to the prison, and he looks back and he's like, "Oh, 4-way split." It's
4-way split.
Yeah, should have taken the money. Yeah. But yeah, he's my next favorite character. I mean, there are others, and I'll give you all those. But God dang it, Tandy Newton, God dang it, woo! Yeah. She's better than Angelina Jolie from Wanted last week. She's way better. Way better. I'm done.
No, I gotta agree, man. Toombs was absolutely fantastic. That guy is Nick Chinlund. That's the nickname of the actor who plays Toombs. I thought Toombs was so good that he should be a reoccurring guy. I don't know if he's in Riddick, but it sounds like he's not. But he should definitely is. He should definitely be. He should definitely be a reoccurring villain. Or somebody that, you know what I mean, always gets fucked up by Riddick. That would be awesome. But Brooks, man, any characters or actors that you want to highlight?
Well, I really liked Carl Urban in this movie because, like, the only way I recognized him is he has a very distinct brow.
Yeah.
I'm like at first see this character, I'm like, is that Carl Urban? And like the more I'm like, no, and then like, oh yeah, it is. And then, like, I waited till the end, like, so I go, oh yeah, it was him. So like, I was right. But yeah, he's he seems to be kind of the main. He's kind of like the Darth Vader, I guess. with the other dude being kind of the emperor.
Yeah,
He's like, he's also kind of, like I said, he's kind of got a little Macbeth going with him, with his wife always trying to like, maneuver him into, taking the emperor out. But like, I'm glad he didn't die too, because like, it's kind of fun that this movie ends kind of like Conan in a way. Like,
yes,
with him,
yes, it
with him
does.
being on the throne. It's
Big
like, what
time.
next?
Uh-huh.
It's like the guy who was like least qualified to be king becomes king.
That's one of the reasons I love this movie, man. But Carl Urban, man, what a haircut in this film, right?
Yeah, that fucking crazy ass thing. It's the brow though. The brow always gives it away. There's only one Carl Urban brow.
What I loved about his character also is that he seemed like sort of a cuck, right?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, like it kind of sets up like
right?
maybe he's like overbearing to her.
Totally.
But it turns out that she always has him like wrapped around her finger.
Right.
Like she just fucking manipulates him.
But there
you can manipulate me all day. Like Teddy Newton, you can manipulate me. I'm done.
But there is one scene where he just like he's fighting and he just like comes off of the floor, or so he does like some weird spin around shit off of the floor, and he just starts whooping ass. It's like, okay, now I know why Thandi is like behind you, right? Because you kind of got to get. Why would she be behind him, right? If he's
the most maxed out warrior, his stats are the most maxed.
Right.
Out of the Necro soldiers.
But Carl Urban, man, definitely a great actor, and I think he did great in this film. But Stu, any characters or performances you want to highlight?
Dame Judi Dench.
Let's go.
Let's go. Completely. Like, I love Jasmine's story because that was unknown to me, so that just makes it all the more better. Because truly, when she showed up, I was like, "What in the fuck is she doing in this movie?" It feels like such a weak and feeble attempt to try to add kind of like Shakespearean weight to it, but it's hilarious nonetheless. And I love she also gets to be on the receiving end of one of the best lines in the movie when she's talking about the Furians, are there others of you? And he's like, sister, they don't know what to do with one of me. I was like, oh, that's a cold ass line. But it was still cool. So like her character is still like so many. I think the design of this movie, and I know we'll get to it, but like the style I thought was so great, and I think she's an accessory to that. I like that little scene, even just when she's like walking up to watch the fight, and you like see how the chains on her and how they're keeping her prisoner and shit like that. So and. Like you guys are saying, man, the special effects really do hold up. I think especially in that like the wispy, smoky nature of like how the ships work, how the necromancers or necromongers move, and how her elemental character move. But again, it was like one of those things that was like told to us, but was barely explained. We didn't see another one of these beings like anywhere. It was like the same thing with the Furian brother. It was like, I don't know. It was just a bizarre little addition to the film. But regardless, so funny to see. And I love that he went there like he's about to like get her another, Oscar or something like that.
Another Oscar. But I agree with you, man. I like her character also. She's like that wise witch. You know what I mean? And it makes sense if he's a D&D guy that he put she's like character like that. Yeah,
dude, there's like certain, and I don't want to typecast here, but like certain, I guess, older English women that like when you see them on the screen, you're just happy to see them.
Helen Mirren,
homegirl Helen Mirren, great call, bro. Homegirl from Harry Potter, Mrs. McGonagall, like Maggie. What's her name? Maggie.
Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Gyllenhaal?
No, not Maggie Gyllenhaal.
She's the worst thing in Dark Knight. Don't bring her up again.
No, her name is Maggie Smith.
Maggie
Smith.
Maggie Smith.
Like,
I don't know, man. I
got my Maggies mixed up.
Yeah.
Judi Dench, no matter what she does, like she pulls no punches. Anytime she shows up on screen, she's gonna bring it and give you the business. And like I'm always happy to see her on the screen.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the script isn't gonna win any, Oscars or anything, but when she says lines, it's like a goddamn Oscar.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I agree with you. I love her character, and I love the whole alien that she is, that Airlon, whatever race of people.
Yeah.
Definitely they bit off more than they can chew. Brooks is right. You know, we needed more explanation for this, but I don't know, man. I guess if Pitch Black never existed, we could have got something more. But you know, it is what it is. I get it. Jasmine, character or performance that you want to highlight?
I'm sticking with my Furion. He was called the Purifier, played by Linus Roach. I just loved how quiet and soft spoken he was, because when he was trying to coax all of the people of Helion Prime, like, look, you got one choice really. Like, you need to convert. If you don't convert, you die. Like, choose. But like, you knew that he was also somebody that got stolen from some other planet somewhere.
Right.
And it wasn't until the end where you realize that he's Furion. Well, I mean, you kind of had hints, because he released the magnet thing that Rick was able to fight off the characters. But I don't know. I really liked his character, and just that conversation. Well, it was a one-sided conversation, but the dialogue between him and Riddick before he walks off into the sunset was just so like, look, man, I'm telling you this. This is what they're going to do. This is what they expect you to do. If, you know, the necromonger in me thinks that you should just let it ride. They think you're dead, be dead. But the Furion in me really hopes that you say, fuck that, and you go take these guys out. So I love that there was still a piece of him that was, you know, his original self.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That was one of the most touching scenes in the movie for me. It wasn't even Kira dying or reuniting with her. It was him walking off into that crematoria, I think it's called. The
He walked into the sunrise.
Walking into that sun. Yeah, man. That was kind of sad. And the man had more jewels than Slick Rick. I mean, you saw all the shit he was taking off.
It took him 15 minutes to take them all off.
And it makes sense for him to do that, because, you know, he can't live with the shame of his betrayal. So, like, you know, he's just like, you know, I can't go back, and, you know, I can't live with the shame. So, like, you know, that's why he sacrificed himself. It actually makes sense that he would do that.
Yeah,
absolutely. And it was sad because we lost another Furion. I mean, he's supposed to be, his race is supposed to be almost extinct. And here we got another one that we lost. But Mark, character or performance you want to highlight?
Do you know, I even texted Jasmine about an hour before saying the highlight for this movie. Obviously, we've all talked about Riddick, but Kyra, for me, I love that it's a carry on from the first film with Jack, who Riddick picks up towards the end of the first film that Jack actually is a girl, and then what was it? I don't know how old she would have been in Pitch Black, maybe somewhere between 16. 12 and 14 or 15, 16. Maybe 15.
5 years later.
No, she was 12 in Pitch Black. She explained it to Riddick about her getting picked up by slavers when she was 12.
Oh, well, okay. So anyway, so she's got to be somewhere around 18, 17, 20 in this film.
18,
I don't know.
Yeah.
So I think they've got kind of like a sort of, sort of difficult bond between her and Riddick. And also there's a lot of similarities between her and Riddick. She's got very much a fight or flight character about herself, and she makes a comment about, well, he says to her, "You're going to get yourself killed," and she's like, well, you know, as long as I kill them first. And that's a very much a Riddick attitude. She has a lot of his characters and similarities. And I thought, you know what, we're here for Action Fest. She's one of the most action people in this film. She the flips, the kicks, the butt kicking, you know, all the rest of it. And you know, I always love a strong female kick-ass character, and she's just amazing. I didn't put two and two together though, of the actress that she's the star of it from
Alexa Davalos.
Yeah, Alexa Davalos.
She's awesome.
And also she was an FBI Most Wanted. It's it's obviously been 20 years. She looks completely different, but yeah, she's amazing. In the movie, to be honest, and to be honest as well, serves a really pivotal part in, I think, Riddick's character development, but also saving Riddick at the end. Yeah, I love her. I want to highlight her.
Yeah, no, that's a good one. She definitely kicks ass in this movie. She's not a pushover at all. No. And I like that revelation where he's like, "Kira, are you with me?" And she's like, "I've always been with you." Yeah. Which was really cool line. All right, man. So I guess I'll take Vin Diesel, Richard Riddick, man. again, I didn't watch Pitch Black, but from this movie alone, I fell in love with this character, dude. I loved his badassery. I loved that he was like didn't really give a shit, but really did give a shit kind of thing. I kind of love those kind of characters. I loved his look, right? The white eyes, the goggles that he puts on.
They explain it in Pitch Black. I'm just
No,
saying.
I know. Well, I was gonna say I loved it so much that I went and when there was a video game that came out for Xbox 360 called the Escape from Butcher Bay, where he was actually the voice of Riddick in that game as well, and they showed him getting the eye surgery in the prison. So like I said, it's more world building on this version of this character of this world that they created. But I got to tell you, he has all the best one-liners. That part where he's with Toombs and he's like, "You made 3 mistakes. First, you took the job." I was like, just everything that he said throughout the movie. And like Brooke said at the end, when he's like, the first time you see him as sad and brokenhearted as you will probably ever see Riddick, and he falls right into the throne, man. How fucking crazy is that? And all these people kneeling to him, and he's looking at them like, what the fuck just happened? I just love the way he pulled that off. So yeah, my favorite character for sure, hands down, is Vin Diesel as Riddick, man. Oh yeah, great, man.
Nobody picked him. That was wild.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Except for you, I mean. None of us. That's just crazy. But Tandy Newton.
Tandy Newton. So we talked about it a little bit. We talked about the style of this movie. A few of you said that you felt like the CG held up pretty well. I got to agree with you guys. One of the things that I absolutely love about this movie is the style. It has a different futuristic style than a lot of futuristic movies, right? To me, it's very biblical. I don't know if you guys got the sense of the Bible out of this, but I got a Bible, like a futuristic Bible sense. Just off of the whole changing your religion thing. You turn your back on your faith, and you know what I mean, that whole thing. But that looked like a futuristic version of the Middle East, right? That first planet that they were on, Helion 5 or whatever it was. Mm-hmm. It looked like, Jerusalem or something like that, but like a future version. And the necromongers look like zombied out futuristic versions of the Romans. Like just their whole style, their armor. They had like a fucking palace in the spaceship. Right? Like it's supposed to be a spaceship, but it's a goddamn palace in there, which is totally different than the stuff you see. The spaceships, the way they work with this sucking in this energy. I don't know what it was. Their engines had this like black smoke that it sucked in, and just the style of the necromonger, I don't know, art direction with the faces, very Roman, columns and all this other stuff. So one of the biggest things that I love about this movie is its style. Structure, I do agree. It slows down when they get to crematoria. I do feel a sense of like, you know what I mean? We could have kept going with more of this lore, but now you're just doing this escape from prison shit, right? In the middle of the thing. But at the same time, I do like the concept of crematoria. I do like the whole like planet on fire anytime the sun comes out and you got to hide in the shade and shit like that. I do like that concept of it being a prison planet. But for me, it does slow down a bit when they get there. But I really love the style. The structure, it could use some work for sure. But Jelani, what did you think about the style and structure of this film?
I agree with everything you said, man. It's very iconic, or the iconic. What, I can't find the word.
Iconography.
Thank you. The iconography of the way that everything looks, the faces, the statues, the way they dropped those statues. I don't know. I'd be scared as hell if something dropped like that down on my planet. and I'm like, I have no spaceship to just dip out in. It's so weird to see those things. Like I said, it's still a shock to me because this is not Pitch Black. See, you have to realize after watching Pitch Black and how well it was made and how crafted it was, and the time period, the way it looked, it didn't look like this stuff was a part of that world.
I get you.
You know what I'm saying? It's two different tones. It's like a tonal shift.
Yeah,
what you're doing.
It's a verse, man. There's a lot of worlds on it.
Oh, I get it. I get the deal. I understand. It's just you gotta watch Pitch Black and then see Riddick and be like, "What the fuck?" It's apples and oranges. It's so weird. So I love the Roman thing. I love the army. You know, join us or die. I love how they showed the Fury, the Furian guy that kills himself. When they tell you how they put those needles in your neck, and they just sit there and hold those needles, and those are the converts. You know, it's the pain, and you see it, the searing, and then they turn the shot to him, and he's got those little nodules on the side of him still. So I'm like, when I saw that, I was like, oh man, everybody had to do that. You know what I'm saying? Carl Urban, even they have his set up where you don't even see his.
Yeah.
He's got the collar up. I love the costumes in this movie. Everything, they're beautiful. It's just I saw Pitch Black first. So so the style, yeah, beautiful. Actually, that gets 5 your digs on its own. It all looked good. Judi Dench, when, like you said before, Stu, I think you said it, when she's walking with the chains, and the chains behind her are dragging. That's how they're holding her, and she's still kind of floating there ethereally, and looking like an elemental and whatnot. That shot, gorgeous, beautiful. What the crap? That's gorgeous. But I saw Pitch Black first.
Oh my god.
So there's that.
Yeah, well, one thing that you mentioned with the Furian guy, that little headpiece that he had throughout the movie, man, how intricate was that thing?
It was beautiful.
Yeah,
his whole outfit was gorgeous. It was like he was a Grand Inquisitor.
It's like
he's a dude.
It's necrotic in a way, but it's also gorgeous.
I forgot. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I will go back real quick. Crematoria, the planet. I love the concept of it. It's dumb. It's a great prison planet. I wouldn't want to live there because the suicide rate has got to be high. It's got to be high. Because I ain't gonna be in no hole in the middle of the sun burning on my planet. And the damn jailers drop out the baddest ass looking armadillo wolf dogs I've ever seen.
Yeah.
They're sent to kill you sometimes. Bruh, hell no. I ain't staying on no stupid ass planet like that. You kill me before I go to crematoria. There's no bounty on me. I can die now. It's fine.
Hell yeah.
But if Teddy Newton was there, it'd be fine.
It'd be a little different.
And by the way, if you're gonna do crematoria, that's what the main thing I was gonna say. If you're gonna do crematoria, you should have just made that the movie. That could have just been a movie by itself.
I get you.
And do that.
I think like one of the 3 set pieces, like the first bit with Keith David and his family could have been something.
Yeah.
The second part could have been, and then like the third part with the necromongers could all could have been.
Movie. There are 3 movies in this movie. And it's Superman all over again. It's 3 things with 85 subplots and 92,000 characters. What the crap is going on? Why does that dog not look like a dog? It's so weird. Sorry. I did just go.
No, it's all good, Jelani.
But I saw Pitch Black first. I'm out.
Brooks, man, style and structure. What do you think?
Well, I mean, I think for what it is, like, you know, it's got decent style and structure. Like I said, like, I think, like, if nothing else, if you'd have split this into 2 movies, it would have flowed a lot better. Because, you know, it's like like everybody's saying, like, it feels like there's too many plots. And like the jailbreak plot is kind of like the straw that breaks the camel's back in a way. It's like, oh my God, we're going to another fucking plot by the time you get to it. But I think if they'd have done it in like 2 movies where they set up the Empire in the first movie, and then at the end, maybe they take the kid away, and then you'd have more time for her, conversion to sink in for Riddick in the second movie. Like in the first half of the second movie, he's trying to see if he can save her. But that's I think the main problem with this one. It's got good style. I think it looks good. Like this movie reminded me a lot of the early Final Fantasy games too, and that kind of mixture of science fiction and fantasy. But it leans a little bit more on the magic.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if Vin Diesel didn't take a little bit of inspiration from that series as well. But yeah, style wise, I think it's good. The structure wise, it is a bit shaky. I think it's uneven. It feels, like I said, it feels too compressed.
Yeah, for sure. I agree with you. Like I said, when they get to Crematoria, even though I like what's going on there, it does slow down the whole entire thing that they were setting up in the first hour of the movie. But Stu, what did you think? Style and structure?
Yeah, echoing what you guys already said. I think structure is where it stumbles, style is where it sings. It's for me, it's all about the necromongers, man. It's like you said, Fable. It's like that. It's like Art Deco meets kind of Roman battalion look. And I just love, like you said, the little precogs that they had. It kind of gave Minority Report vibes.
They use them for fucking telephones. Like this dude just laying here to service somebody's fucking telephone.
Mind regression. I love the little things with the scoop, those old little decrepit things with the scuba masks on. Detected living beings, and it just seemed like so much detail and TLC was put into every little detail of that, and I thought that was the best part of it. But not only the necromongers, but Crematoria, like you guys said, it was a super cool design for a planet. A likely candidate for a prison of that type, and I don't know. The first set piece with Keith David's home was kind of whatever, but I thought the last 2/3 of the movie had great style. I just think the structure was a little disjointed.
Yeah, I agree, man. It does seem like they put a lot of work into the details. Jelani said, with the little, everybody had that burn. That was something that they had to make sure everybody had, and
the daggers look super intricate.
Yeah, and they had them in their backs too.
Yeah,
weird. It was almost as if you pulled that shit out and they would die. They were toy soldiers or something.
It was their pain. Pain. Apparently, you have no pain. You feel nothing. Because you exceed pain, whatever their necromancy thing is. Once you convert, and they make you go through that, and you see the pain, or you see beyond the pain, it means nothing to you, and that's messed up, bro. I would never want to be like that.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. If they had started this movie with a super dark introduction to the necromongers, with
they need more time to develop
super harrowing shit to another civilization, so we got a good look, a good preview of what they were about before. I felt like they could have structured.
Maybe put that in Pitch Black. I don't know. I'm just saying. Give me an idea.
I just feel like, just from my point of view, there's not a lot of movies that do the Star Wars thing, right? This was never compared to Star Wars, but they tried to do the Star Wars thing. Of course, it was not as successful, but they went for it, right? They try to create this big universe, this big lore. But I ultimately agree. I think it should have been probably broken down, and I think it probably should have never been the sequel to a horror movie that everybody loved and was expecting. You know what I mean? Yeah, so absolutely. But Jazz, man, what did you think about style and structure?
Yeah, I mean, costuming, it's great. It's good stuff. Set design, great, good stuff. I can also see a lot, this is totally unrelated, but a lot of similarities between Mass Effect 2 and this film. We have a character in Mass Effect 2 named Jack, who everybody thinks is a boy, but is really a girl. And she's also psychotic, We've got all kinds of, I don't know, like all kinds of similarities. The Shadowbrookers base in Mass Effect is on a planet that is half cold, half hot, and it's constantly rotating. Like it's always chasing the shade. So it's really interesting. I think it probably had a broader effect on a lot of other sci-fi properties. But like Jelani said, I mean, it's not,
let it go, guys.
no, man, I can't let it go. It's not what I wanted. Okay, it's not me as a fan of Pitch Black.
I love how y'all just came here to be jaded and like it's so great.
That movie was The Matrix. When I saw Matrix in '99, and I saw it the very first time, I was like, "What the fuck did I just watch? This is gorgeous. This has changed my life." That's what Pitch Black was when I saw it in theater, in the dark with other people, and it was wrong, and it was very wrong. And like you get from that to necromongers and flaming planets and whatever the hell that was, that movie Chronicles of Riddick was, as opposed to what you saw. So it's like watching Matrix and that fourth one that doesn't exist.
Well, no, because those movies like are horrible. Like this movie's not horrible. But anyway, we'll get to the score. Mark, style and structure.
I watched Pitch Black first.
You should. You always should. And then watch this.
Yeah. Okay. Beautiful set designs, costumes, like everything that Jasmine said. In fact, you've all said the same thing. It's intricate. Like even like you say, the dagger, like all the designery. You can see why they spent so much money, where all the money went. Like, it wasn't just on actors. They spent a lot of money, on sets and props and everything. CGI. They built a really intricate world, which is and they built several places. They built the planet where the priest was. They built the prison, the crematorium, the necromancer's palace, the ships. It's all the style of it all. This neo-gothic sci-fi. It does feel, again, like Jasmine said, straight out of something like a video game. And to be honest with you, all of that actually is very pleasing to the eye. I love big budget sci-fi stuff. There's a TV show at the moment on Apple TV called Foundation. Couldn't recommend it enough. It's like high bar sci-fi. I'm there for all that kind of stuff. Now, in terms of the structure, Christopher Nolan, he's well known for having movies that have got multiple plots on, and each one of those plots could be its film on its own, and he juggles it really well. This film has multiple plots going on. Unfortunately, they're not juggled very well. It's like they're trying to please the Pitch Black audience by bringing back the priest and Jack. That's great, thumbs up. And then they also want to do other things, which I admire, but I think it could have been done with been shifted around a little bit. I like the prison break stuff and all the rest of it, and the crew that's going after him. I think that's all cool. What I don't like is how we've got this necromancer thing. For me, didn't feel built up. I think it could have been done with being built up a little bit more, and maybe this could have benefited from having a 2-movie structure.
Yeah, this is a third movie kind of talk.
Yeah, and one of the things I didn't like at the end was that how Kira suddenly was by his side the whole movie, and then suddenly she walks out converted.
Yeah,
I know she did flip back again and did help him, but there was that Hunger Games film where they ended it on a cliffhanger where the boy had been converted over to the I can't remember the people that look after all the Hunger Games. And it ends on like a cliffhanger. Like something like that would have been cool if we'd have really like built up Kyra's character throughout the film and then ended with her, now with them and like almost turning her back, like an ending with something like that. Look, there's many things that you could have done with this film other than what it was. So yeah.
You know what's better than this film though? Dark Fury, which is like the little short, tiny animated film that comes between Pitch Black and Chronicles of Riddick.
I saw that they made that. I want to watch that.
I haven't seen that.
It's really good and it's really short.
Hell yeah.
All right. Well, another thing we like to always touch on is the music in the film. The music in this one was done by Graham Revel, whose notable works include Dead Calm, The Crow, Street Fighter,
Oh,
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers from 1995,
makes sense.
From Dusk Till Dawn, The Craft, The Saint, The Negotiator, Bride of Chucky, Titan AE, Laura Croft Tomb Raider, Daredevil, everybody's favorite, Freddy versus Jason, and Sin City. So not a bad resume for this guy. Great. I'm saying his name probably messed up. Graham Revel. But I thought the music was really grand in this movie. Just the way they try to be ambitious with the set design and the whole thing. I think he did a good job of blending sort of this Roman Empire-ish kind of thing, also like a dead version, like a zombie version of it, but also with like Persian kind of, influences in there, in and out of there. So I thought the music was pretty decent. But Jelani, what did you think about the music in this film?
It was fine. It was loud. It was bombastic. It goes well with this empire, like you said. It does. It matches it. Yeah, I like Telion Prime's music. The theme they had there for that. The sound design, the music is amazing. There's a scene where I was washing a dish in my kitchen while it was playing. I was coming back to it and I heard this slink, 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 and it was with music. And I was like, what the crap is that? And I walked back over and it's Riddick like moving his knives, like dragging his knives together. And like the music behind it was really cool. And I was like, oh, I get it. Okay. It's like knife sharpening music. It was worth it. And the sound design with matched with the score very well at that point.
Yeah.
So it has its moments. It's got good. I mean, it's good music. I mean, you can dance to it. I ain't sitting up here trying to listen to it.
Well, especially when it opens up, right? Like the whole when they're explaining the necromongers taking over planets and shit, and it's got this like kind of thing going on. I think
it should have been like if you're gonna do necromongers, if you're gonna do that character, you're gonna make that race of people down. These religious cultist nutbags. If you're gonna make this, you need to make them scarier. You need to make them more menacing. You need to make them to the point where you don't see their faces. You know what I'm saying? All you see is that mask, or you don't see their faces. Like they just don't shoot at their face. It's more implied that they are horrible. They're parts of Leon Prime where you could have made that scary, and that music would have built up to that. Like the way they kill Keith David, I'm just like, eh. But if they had made it suspenseful, where he's like hiding, like for his life, you couldn't. It didn't feel like he was hiding for his life. The music was sounding like he was hiding for his life, but it didn't portray it.
I got you.
It's missing a part of it.
Yeah. So
this could have been a horror movie worth a damn because the score could have actually matched it, and the necromongers should have been worse than the pitch black freaking creep. They should be worse than them, and they technically are, but it still looks like it's very flashy.
I get you. Brooks, what did you think of the music?
I thought it was pretty good. Like, it does. It's very in tune with this movie, and that it has the kind of high fantasy kind of sound and like instrumental stuff. It also has like kind of the action movie, like early 2000s action movie, kind of like badass movie kind of vibes too.
Mm-hmm.
So like I think it works well with this movie. Like I wouldn't say it's like the most noticeable, but it does pop out in places. But I think it's a decent soundtrack. Like interesting. It's an interesting mixture. I think. Yeah. Like I'm glad that they made it. It does have. I'm always glad when people try new things, try mixing things up. It feels like they were kind of doing that with the soundtrack. They're kind of like trying to do a mashup of high fantasy and kind of like action movie stuff.
Yeah, I agree. I'm glad they didn't like go the Blade route and play some techno music whenever all the badass shit was going on.
I don't think it would have worked as good in this one.
No, I don't think so.
It needed more somber tones to it because of the setting is more somber.
Yeah, for sure. Stu, music, what'd you think?
Yeah, I don't have much more to add. I did I did like the 2004-ness of it. I also like the Necromonger stuff. That was like some of my favorite sequences. But yeah, I thought it was did a good serviceable job here.
Did its job. Yeah, I gotta agree. I always say there's only two reasons you really notice music in a movie. Either it's really bad or it's really good. And if you don't notice it at all, it probably did the job.
Yeah.
That's how I feel mostly about scores. But Jasmine, anything to add about the music?
No, I think they had the right guy for the job. It's like the sci-fi fantasy mix. The only person that probably could have done anything better would have been Howard Shore, who scored the soundtrack. But no notes.
I mean, the guy who
Howard Shore could score the flushing of a toilet.
I mean, how can you fault the guy that did the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers? I mean, the music in that
That's right.
Like all those movies, you said it makes perfect sense that this guy did the music for those movies.
Right.
Mark, anything to add about the music in this film?
Okay, so it's 2004, and we just talked about all the orchestra stuff. But in the charts, we had "Toxic" by Britney Spears. We should have had Carl Urban and Thandie Newton's character with that in the background. when Kira's dying, I think we should have had "If I Ain't Got You" by Alicia Keys. And when he sits back on the throne, "Lean Back" by the Terror Squad kicks in. Like, that's how the soundtrack is.
It's true.
If that would have happened, I don't think we'd be covering this movie today. I'll tell you that right now. All right, yeah, man, I agree with all of you guys. I think the music fits for the tone of this film, for sure. All right, man. So, here at PCP, we like to philosophize. We like to go a level deeper into these movies and try to figure out if this movie has a theme, if it's trying to say something to you. So, Jelani, what do you think the theme of Chronicles of Riddick is?
I was going to say, watch Pitch Black first.
Don't do that. No, don't.
Or it's Thandie Newton. It's Thandie Newton or Pitch Black. I'm going to call it.
I mean, at least you know me. I'm a broken record. It's easy. You ain't lying. You are correct. But what you get from this movie, what I get from this movie, follow your path. Don't run away from who you are.
Yeah.
You have to have your individuality. See, this especially the Necromongers, they're about uniformity. They're about conforming. They're about taking what makes you away.
Yeah.
And that's basically what it is. And Riddick is so against that. I mean, not that he's like chasing it to begin with, but he's on a path to save Jack. And it kind of sort of he does. Because in the end, he does save her in a way, and he becomes more by following the path. And I don't think he was there just to save her. I think he didn't need an excuse to figure out the bounty on his head. And it just happened to be that this was in his way too. One of the things. Because he ran. Yes, I do too. Yes, she can get it. I don't know if you knew that, Phil, but I'm telling you now.
Do you know what? You are a romantic, Jelani. You are a romantic.
He does love
I think I am. I believe so. So I don't know.
You should get a T-shirt made that says she can get it.
Yeah, we're gonna do. We're gonna
do that. I have a T-shirt thing.
Flawless.
Flawless.
Yeah, I can say flawless on the back.
Looking up at me and be like, flawless. I'm like, yeah.
We're gonna
but
do.
Yeah, it's following. It's following who you do not hide from who you are, especially the Furion, who walked into the sun. He he gave up on his faith. Like someone mentioned it before. Gave up on his faith. Went back. He should have died. Like, I mean, of course, it is a horrible death because basically that dude's snatching your soul and crushing it, making sure that you don't go anywhere. That kind of sucks. I wouldn't want that death, but I would rather have that death than have neck things until I feel no pain, and then I get to kill people on different worlds to turn them into the same thing. That just sounds awful.
Yeah. I love that you said that, though. I love that you highlighted the uniformity of the necromongers and, you know, them trying to convert everybody to one kind of look, one kind of feel of or one kind of way of being. Yeah, that's very good, Jelani. Actually, you killed that.
But watch Pitch Black first, y'all, and Tandy Newton's hot.
What we're gonna do for you is that we're gonna, you know how we do Action Fest, we do Horror Fest, all that. We're gonna have Rom-Com Fest one day.
Yes,
you're gonna host all of them with me.
Yeah.
How many rom-coms has Tandy Newton been in?
Love Actually, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, When Harry Met Sally. There are a few more. Die Hard.
Did you say Die Hard?
Yes, Die Hard is a romantic comedy. Yes, it's all about getting the girl back, and it's so many things. It's a Christmas movie. It's a romantic comedy. It's an action film. It's a period drama. It's horror.
You said it's a period drama.
It is.
I've never heard that
story. I mean, it could be now. It could be
it's
now.
So many. Die Hard is so many things.
It is. I agree. Just like Chronicles of Riddick.
Yes, it is a rom-com.
What do you think this movie's trying to say to you?
A lot of laughs.
Well, I think like a lot of this movie is about, you know, Riddick as he's kind of the honorable thief. Like he's always alone, you know, like he doesn't feel safe around, you know, people. You know, that's how he starts out. Like, you know, it's always the way these kind of stories with these kind of characters end. It's like they always get pulled in by the people they do care about because, you know, everybody does care about something, even Riddick. And, you know, you can't run away from it forever. You're always going to get drawn back into it, you know. The people you care about, you're always going to be drawn back to them. You know, it's like, you know, it's like a gravity field with them, you know. You can't escape it. So, yeah, it's like, you know, no matter how, like, you know, much of a loner or badass you are, you're always going to have to, like, rely on the people you care about, too. And, like, you know, I think one of Riddick's main flaws is that, you know, he did run away. He didn't like, you know, come back and spend time, you know, with this person he cared about and wanted, you know, he used the excuse of he wanted to keep her safe, but, you know, he could have, like, you know, he could have worked around that.
Yeah.
But I think he just felt it was easier for him, you know, to just kind of sever that bond. But, you know, you can't, when you care about somebody, you can't just like turn it off, you know, and that's the idea. Like, no matter how much of a badass or how much of an individual or a loner you are, like, you'll always get drawn back in. And oftentimes it's more trouble the more you try to run away from it.
I agree with that, man. I especially the part about him. He's not actually a hero, even though he's always tasked to be one. He's not a hero.
He's very Conan coded in that way.
He ran away from Jack and whatever, he made a bullshit excuse. And when the people begged him, I mean, they practically begged him, like, save our planet, he's like, you know, he did it because it was means to an end, but it wasn't what he wanted to do. So yeah, no, I love that. Stu, what is this movie trying to say to you?
I guess be careful what you wish for, man. I think, you know, ultimately, I think in the culmination of the third act, you know, we get this power play and, you know, power play kind of combining with Riddick's revenge. And, you know, we see both of these things kind of work out, not how these three people expected, whether it's Carl Urban's character or Tandy Newton's character or Riddick. So I think, you know, I think it has a lot of things to say, you know, throughout different parts of it. I think it touches on different themes throughout, but I think at the end with him on the throne, I think that's what it says most to me. Just be careful what you wish for.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah, dude. Definitely be careful what you wish for.
Yeah.
Oh, Jasmine, what do you think this one's trying to tell you?
Stay in your lane, I think, is the theme that I get the most from this movie. Like, the necromongers overstepped. Some of these other people that kept chasing after Riddick overstepped, and it's like sometimes you just got to know when you're going up against somebody that's unfuckwittable, and a lot of people don't realize that. So to me, it's a stay in your lane. Mind your business, and you'll be all right.
Absolutely.
And you know what? You're also correct when you say that. When Pitch Black,
I knew he was going to twist it.
Lane.
I knew he was going to twist it.
Stay in your lane.
Nice.
I saw him get all excited when she first said it, so I knew this.
I love it. Thank you, Jasmine. That was awesome.
No, I do. Jasmine definitely kicked ass on that one. Mark, man, what do you think this movie's trying to say?
Do you know, there's not been a film where actually there's probably got multiple themes in here, to be honest. So you could pick many things, good versus evil, lots of things you've all said, but one of the things that jumped out at me was free will. Because the necromancers, they state in the film they recruit people by conversion, not by breeding. And that scene at the beginning, like we said about ripping the soul out and everybody giving up their faith. There's multiple faiths probably, and then they meet later on the other Furion, who even admits that he gave up his own faith. And a lot of the time, people's fears, they just get. And I mean, let's be honest, it probably would be freaking scary to see someone's soul get ripped out of their body.
Yeah.
But and then the fact that they even show you how they do the conversion therapy, the things in the neck. And yeah, this film is just very much driving home how we should appreciate our own free will.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I agree with everything you guys said. I think you touched on all of it. I guess the only thing I would probably add to that is that
watch Pitch Black.
Watch Pitch Black. Obviously this movie doesn't hold a candle to.
No, it doesn't. Not even close.
No, go on, Faber. What were you gonna say? Go
on. No, I would say like sometimes you just can't run away from who you are. I think one of you guys already said something like that, because no matter what you do, the truth will always shine through, right? Like Riddick doesn't want to be a hero. He doesn't want to be all of these things. He doesn't want to be a father, right? He doesn't want to do all these things. He doesn't want to rule an empire. But somehow, some way, he ends up being the most badass, cool dad king. and you just can't escape some of the things that you're made for. It just does not matter what you try, So sometimes it's good to embrace it, but that would make him a boring character, right? If he embraced it from the beginning, I'm gonna rule you, fucking necromongers.
Well, part of Riddick's like character is he's an escape artist. Like he's always talking about breaking out of prisons and stuff. But now he's kind of stumbled into a prison that it's gonna be a little harder for him to get out of.
Yeah,
he sits on that throne.
No, it's easy.
He found the prison. It can finally hold him.
Yeah. Sometimes
Riddick exists.
Sometimes the greatest rulers that we've ever known in history are people who never wanted to be a ruler, right? Like those are the people usually hand the keys to the kingdom to, is the guy who's not looking to control or have that much power or is not interested in that role. So it was quite ironic, and that's why I love this movie. One of the things is that whole, like Brooke said, King Conan thing, where he falls into being the king of this entire nation that he just does not give a fuck about. He does not care about the necromancer.
It's like he looks, he sees something like, oh my God, what have I done?
Yeah, he looks so dejected.
It's almost sad, right? Like you see Conan, when he's king, he looks dejected. He looks like he does not want to be sitting there. He'd rather be, go on his adventures. And Riddick gives that same fucking look when everybody.
Mel Brooks was wrong. It's not good to be the king.
All right, guys, man. Great stuff. Let's put a score on this and get the hell up out of here. Jelani, out of 5 backlogs, what do you give the Chronicles of Riddick?
I'll think about it for a while. Let's see. Okay, yeah, I got it. I'm gonna give Pitch Black a 5. Pitch Black is the sweetest freaking movie. Like the music and the pacing of it and the sheer terror of it. A little slow at the beginning because you're getting to know these characters, but once you get there, wow. Once the dark evil comes and Riddick has to be there to help, oh god, it's gorgeous. So it introduces us to Riddick, and then we get his chronicles. So in his chronicles, after I watched that, I'll give that movie a 2.5 backlogs.
Oh man.
I've seen it multiple times because I was confused and needed to figure out why I was watching it. But then I saw it on your list and I was like, I have to talk about this because it's not Pitch Black. I picked this and Wanted, like I said before, because they are things that I was introduced to first. And then I got the chance to see them on the big screen and like they did not translate. There's no translation.
I got you.
So it's two different. It's kind of juxtaposing things. It's like it's an awesome thing that they watered down, or this is an awesome thing that has too much in it. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
Take out the 30 minutes of this movie, and I'd be all right. Just make the flames in it. I'd be all right.
I would love. I would love to hear a review. I would love to live in the world where Jelani never saw Pitch Black and just gave this one the fair shake that I think it deserves.
Okay, so fair shake. If he never seen Pitch Black, I will give this a 3 because it still looks good. It's rewatchable. It's got good CG. It's got a great cast. The script is overloaded. But at the same time, it's a fun popcorn flick. It's what Mike would call a gigantic moronic splendor. It's big dumb fun.
Oh yeah.
So it makes a lot of sense, but it slows down in the middle, which kills all of its momentum. Actually, the middle kills it. Like the movie is good, like you're understanding things, and it should have been. It should have like stopped, like you said, like we've been saying, split it into 2 films, but we didn't. We got this film, you know, and it's too much.
Yeah,
it's too much. It's pretty to look at, but structurally it is dead. The music is okay, but it's loud and bombastic and fun. I would say if you haven't seen Pitch Black, I would just watch that. So,
all right. So is it a 2.5 or a 3? Which one we're going?
No, it's 2.5. It's definitely 2.5. I've seen Pitch Black. Dear Lord God.
Jesus Christ. Oh man, I gotta think about these movies next time.
No, I love these.
When Jelani says, I want to review that, I'll be like,
I wanted to.
Yeah, you do need to seek out their intentions. Yeah, you really try to do.
I really listen. You wanted me. You got me.
I got you. This is true. This is true, my friend. I cannot
Thank
lie.
you.
Brooks, what would you give the Chronicles of Riddick?
Well, I don't agree with Robbie. I don't think this movie sucks, but I can see why Robbie thinks this movie sucks. Like, I know exactly why Robbie does not like this movie, and I'm kind of with him. But like, I kind of like, you know, I'm much less cynical than I was like in my like say 30s or 20s. Like, I get more. I can enjoy. I feel like I can enjoy action movies, like, you know, and fantasy movies more. But I feel this movie is too ambitious. Like, I think it tries to reach too far. Like if they'd have like, you know, held back and like, you know, tried to like cut it in half, like, you know, maybe set up kind of do like an open ending in a way that where they could like, you know, just end it there or possibly go on for a sequel. But like, you know, it feels like he was trying to like, you know, get as much as he could into this movie, try to get as like, you know, fill out as much lore as he could. And it makes it kind of weighs the movie down a little bit. That being said, I did still have a pretty good time enjoying it. I did feel it was a little bit long, like I said. But, you know, it was mostly a pretty fun watch. I think Riddick as a character, he does suffer a little bit from like Vin Diesel's like kind of tendency to make himself like too edgy and badass sometimes. Like he doesn't have like the easy charisma of like an Arnold Schwarzenegger or a Sylvester Stallone. Like, you know, he makes a few wisecracks here and there, but they don't land as well, I don't think.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, I think still Riddick is an interesting character. I could see like, you know, Vin Diesel growing more into that character. So yeah, I think in the end this one lands at a 3 for me. Like, you know, with possibilities of it, like, you know, on a rewatch, me liking it more or maybe less. But like right now, I'd say it's pretty middle of the road for me. Like, you know, it's a good fun movie, but not like, I wouldn't call it like a masterpiece.
Absolutely, I agree, man. I can't argue with any of that. Just, at least you didn't talk about Pitch Black. That's the main part.
Yeah, like I haven't seen Pitch Black in a while, so like the connection wasn't like, you know, there.
I saw Pitch Black before I saw this. I had to clean my palate before I saw my palate, and then probably I'll need to watch Pitch Black again to clean my
fucked
palate.
up, man. You shouldn't watch Pitch Black before this one.
Yeah, you should.
How can I do that? How can I?
You watched it wrong. You watched it wrong. You did it
That's
wrong.
like watching Diamonds Are
Fucked up.
Forever after watching Dr. No. You watch Dr. No, and then you see Diamonds Are Forever. You're like, Bond? What the fuck? It's 2 different Bonds. It's the same
Moonraker's
Bond.
the only Bond movie worth watching, brother.
Stu, what do you give Chronicles of Riddick, brother?
I'm gonna go 3.5. It's definitely got its flaws, but I really enjoy so many elements of it. I think it's got a real rewatchability. You know, just like Jelani said, there's a definite element of big dumb fun to it. But for me, the stylistic thing is always what sticks out the most to me. It's what I remember most about the film, and it's got some really cool iconic imagery. And I still think it's incredible that all these years later, what year was this made again?
2003.
Dude,
2004.
that's crazy nuts that 22 years later the CG looks that good. Like that's
It looks
crazy.
really good.
CG has gotten like progressively worse.
The
I don't know what the fuck.
It's
Oh, I love the shadow thing.
absolutely the shadow thing works the entire time they do
all
it.
the necromongers should have been doing that. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Stuff like that gives a lore of that monster. Like
But he could do it because he died and went to the Underverse, so he was the half-dead king.
right.
Yeah.
He was in between. I think being a
I think only Carl
necromancer.
Urban and the Emperor could do the shadow thing.
Yeah,
No, Carl Urban couldn't.
Mm.
They
And he
couldn't
did
do
it at one point.
the
He
king
didn't
guy.
do the soul rip, but he did the shadow thing. Like
Yeah.
a shadow teleport type deal.
Yeah, it seemed like it was a rite of passage for the ruler of the necromongers. Like, but yeah, for me, it's a 3.5.
All right, I respect it. I respect it. Jasmine, what do you give the Chronicles of Riddick?
I go 2.5 as well. Just on this, like,
She saw Pitch Black. Yeah, that's it.
I wasn't gonna say it, but I
Watch Pitch Black.
came to this franchise because I like the gore. I like the crazy death sequences. I like the blood and the guts and all of that stuff. And this didn't have that. And as much as I would like to look at this as a standalone, it's really hard to do that when it's in the middle of a trilogy. So I don't know. It's hard for me to judge this movie as a standalone film because I don't think that it is a standalone film. It's connected in character only to the first one, but it's connected to the third film. But 2.5. I don't hate this movie, but I do not enjoy this movie.
I got you. Mark, man, what are you giving Chronicles of Riddick?
I'm going to give it a 3.5, actually. I'm going to give it a little bit higher than do you know, I was sort of going back and forth in my mind, hearing people out, actually. It's quite good to go last. It is a fun movie to watch. You know, it's not, I've never said I hate it or anything like that. And I know there's all been those little gags about the first movie. But the first movie is what got me interested in the character and the smidgen of the world that you see in this. So that's why I went and saw this. But I would have seen it anyway. I would have seen this movie anyway, regardless of it being connected to the first one, because I do love high concept sci-fi, and Vin Diesel. You know, back then he seemed to be around quite a bit. He just seems to just do Fast and Furious now, but he was in quite a lot of things. Even was it The Pacifier and all Fast and Furious, and obviously Pitch Black, and he was kind of a little bit like Arnie, just floating around. So I would have seen the movie anyway. I do admire the style of the movie. They spent a lot of money. Like Stu said, the CGI holds up. I think all the props, practical stuff, the money they spent was well spent on the visuals. Yeah, and there are elements of this that are enjoyable, not gonna lie. So I think that it's not the best movie in the world. When you're being highly critical of it, then no, it doesn't. There's a lot that doesn't stack up. But you can sit down and, like Jelani said, I have watched this movie quite a lot of times. It kind of has this, really weirdly, it kind of has this rewatchableness about it. But when you start then breaking it down and plot and all the rest of it, it's not as strong, and it is part of a franchise now, so it's probably the weakest in the bunch. So I'm gonna give it a 3.5.
All right, man. Well, I know it'll seem like I'm the one who's probably gonna score this shit the highest, but no, I agree with all of you. I think, well, Stu at least, and Mark, and Brooks, I think for the most part, I think it is a 3.5. I gotta go there with you. There's a lot of 3.5 movies that I love. You know,
it's average. I mean, it's above average.
That's the thing.
That's fine.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be the
they gotta wow you.
Crazy thing in the world. But if I had to think about it, this is too much. This is two movies in one. It really is, because when you get to Crematoria, it's like, here's a new set of villains.
Yeah.
Here's a new set of friends to follow or whatever. Here's a new plot that we're doing, and then at the end we get back to the beginning, and it's like, okay, well, I forgot about all that shit. So it's not perfect in a lot of ways, but I agree with Stu in the sense that what stands out for me is the style of this movie in a lot of ways. And I think a lot of you have at least acknowledged that part of it. The CG, the costumes, the concepts. I think all of that is pretty solid. But, I love The Last Starfighter too. That movie is horrible. I love a lot of these.
It looks good.
Science fiction 80s movies that I used to watch endlessly and rent endlessly from the video store, but I know they're not fucking the greatest thing in the world. But I do have an appreciation for this film. Now, maybe had I seen Pitch Black, I might be in the same boat as Jelani or Jasmine, where it's like, what the hell were they thinking? With this is not a horror movie. What happened here? But I do appreciate the vision and the scope. So, but at the end of the day, you guys are right. I mean, it is a 3.5. So we got 3.5 for me, 2.5 from Jelani. Brooks, you did 3, right?
Yeah.
3. Stu, 3.5. Jasmine, 2.5. Mark, 3.5. Right, Mark? All right. So what is that? A PCP average of 3.725, 69, dude.
Man, ain't no 10th grade Newton naked in here. I give you.
But it has Tandy Newton, so you gotta give it a point for that, or at least a 0.5, for Tandy.
I wanted to say flawless, like to be all the time. Look at me dead in my eye.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that I felt when we were reviewing this is like, is it properly rated or is it underrated? But I think it is properly rated. I think everybody kind of has a, they don't think it's the worst thing in the world, but it could have been so much more. Whether it's the great sequel to a horror movie, the beloved horror movie, or whether it's this grand, space opera that they were going for with the with this iteration of Riddick. Either one, it could have been more, is the point. So yeah, I think it's properly rated. Guys, this is amazing. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight. Oh, yeah. Before we head on out of here, I want you guys to tell everybody what you got going on. I'll start with my boy Jelani. Jelani, thank you so much for doing 2 of these with me, man. I really appreciate you.
I wish I could do
Next time you sign up for a movie, though, I'm gonna offer you a different movie. I'm not.
No,
You sign up.
no, I'm not. Trust me, I'm not shitting on your movies, man. You have great choice. You have good taste. I would have reviewed this regardless. But I had to do Chronicles of Riddick. You showed me that list. I was like, I got to do Chronicles of Riddick. I got to say my piece.
The person, it's not you that surprised me. I actually thought you were going to go in this direction. It was Stu that surprised me because Stu had, he seemed enthusiastic. And, I think he still has a love for this movie. And Jasmine, I thought Jasmine was going to be all like, yeah, action movie, crazy criminal. But she was like, wow, this movie is terrible.
Nah, bro. She was right. She was right. Jasmine, you're right. Pitch Black, you can't
when you sent the list, I was like, Chronicles. Does he mean Riddick, the third one? And I was like, Chronicles. Does he really mean the second one in the franchise?
The second one.
That's why I texted Fable yesterday. I sat down to watch it, and I texted going, which Riddick, by the way? He's like, Chronicles. I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, shit.
Wrong one. Now I got to watch Riddick. I haven't watched it. I need to watch it.
You have to.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Chronicles of Riddick?
No.
For watching Riddick.
No, we pretend Chronicles didn't happen, and Riddick is a direct sequel to Pitch Black.
Okay, tonight. Let's get watched tonight. I'm gonna rent it if I have to.
Okay, well then, can you drop me a line after you watch it? Because I can't believe you haven't seen the third one.
Because of Chronicles, I was like, the second I saw Chronicles, I was done with it, and I saw it like 2 more times to be sure, and I was like, yeah, I'm done with this. I'm not.
No, I've seen Riddick like 20 times. Anytime it is like on TV, I will stop what I'm doing, sit on the couch, and watch Riddick.
Damn.
How many backlogs would you give it?
5.
Whoa!
Let's go.
The third one,
like Pitch Black.
Jasmine, you saw watching it like tonight.
Okay.
Janie, the first one made a
you
profit.
know.
The first one made a profit. The second one, broke even, lost. But the third one made a profit.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Well, they brought the budget.
that's
The budget
because
went back to low budget. It was 38 million budget.
because people
Because
saw
it's a
Chronicles of
horror
Riddick. It was like, I need more Chronicles of Riddick. That's what happened there.
Yeah,
Just
you don't
to let
big
you know.
budget. You don't big
But Jelani, let everybody know what you got going on, man.
Oh yeah, man. Great discussion. Brooks and I do this thing called Go Figure Reviews. I like to promote every time I'm on a show. We're simulcasting it now. It is we do toys, we do show and tells, we do things that like people don't review on Robbie's channel anymore because he cut out show and tell. So we do it. And
like he cut out this review, right?
Yeah, he cut out this review.
He's like, fuck
God, Robbie, I'm always here for the first 5 minutes, but after that I got stuff to do. It's fine. It's all good.
He's a busy man.
Yeah, wham.
Allegedly.
And water's wet. Yeah, and the air is the sky. I got this sound wave. I'm just wanting to show this. I like the sound wave anyway. It's not something I reviewed though, but we did review the Maximum Spider-Man figure and the highest rated video we've had all year, which is the Cobra Rattler. The HasLab Cobra Rattler is a jet. It is the prettiest jet you've ever seen. Please watch our video for it. Please subscribe. Please say Tandy Newton is hot. She is. She can get. Yeah, she's. And watch Pitch Black, y'all.
Thank you, man, for joining us. Definitely go sub up to Go Figure Reviews, and man, I'd like to see some more Transformers on your channel for sure, bro.
Look, there's Soundwave. Soundwave does those. I can't transform things on camera. I love Transformers, but if I gotta
leave it to those other guys, man. I'll
do it live. I don't do it. Look, I'm doing it live, and I don't want to do it live. That's how much I don't want to transform on camera. So, regular action figures it is. And I've got tons of them behind me and in front of me.
I hear you.
They're everywhere.
But yeah, man, thanks again. And Brooks, my brother, I'm so happy you came to hang out with us, man. You're a hard man to get a hold of, but I'm happy that you're here tonight. I got you for one of these action fest. Hopefully this isn't the last time that I got you.
No, man, I'm totally down. I love action movies, bro.
Kick explosions
That's
are
my shit. To me, Action Fest is what Horror Fest is to Robbie.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'll keep
dude.
that in mind.
Yep.
Oh
Me
yeah.
too.
But Brooks, man, if you want to add anything else, what you got going on, where people can find you.
Yeah, like as mentioned, I do Go Figure reviews with Delaney. I used to do PCP movie reviews, but I've been replaced by Jasmine. That's over. I have more time for leisure, I suppose.
Thanks.
But here's a sound wave. I can transform it right now.
There you go,
in front of everybody, because I'm like Delaney, I've got
well, then you transform him. You're the other half. You transform him.
Sound wave, so he's like easy.
2 hours later. 2 hours later.
Is that G1? Is that G1 sound wave? Because that's what I'm seeing.
Because I'm not transforming that one. I know how to transform that one. I can't transform this one.
Voila.
Different sound wave.
How about that?
Different sound wave.
Flexing.
I see that flexing.
But thanks for having me, brother.
Of course, brother. I'll pull a Comic Tom and say, if you want to see Go Figure reviews, do Transformers review. Drop a 1 in the chat right now. Stu, my homie, man. So glad you got to join me for at least one of these things.
Thank you so much for having me. Absolutely.
Oh yeah. Bro, let the people know what you got going on.
Yeah, man. Dr. Doom's Fan Club. You can find me at Dr. Doom's Fan Club on IG and YouTube. Wednesday nights, 9:30 p.m. Eastern, and Get Insights, me and 9-Panel Grid. Across both of our channels. We will be over on E's channel tomorrow night, 9-Panel Grids at 9:30 p.m. Eastern. So check us out then, talking about our favorite new comics. Blood Splatter Chatter, Thursday nights with Verno and Link, talking favorite horror movies. And of course, all new, all different. Hey, I got it right this time.
You got it right, dude.
William Fable show. We got Bags, Boards, and Badass Women continuing this Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. So make sure you check us out there. Or right here. Yeah.
Right
You're
here.
You're already here. Yeah, man.
Thank you, bro. Always a pleasure hanging out with you.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
My sister, you're almost as difficult to get as Brooks, man. So, I should feel super lucky I got Brooks and Jasmine on the same fucking show.
I had to give you a number. I had to give you a number to kick.
Jasmine, my sister, let the people know what you got going on, where they can find you.
Well, first, I just want to say thanks. I am like Brooks, like action movies are my jam. So always happy to talk about action movies.
I'm sending 2 of you the list first.
I don't know why you're not sending me the list. And put Lethal Weapon on it.
But I'm gonna leave the promo to Mark, so Mark can tell you guys what we got going on.
Oh yeah. Well, always a pleasure having you, sis. I love you so much. I love when you come hang out with me. Even though it's not as often as I'd like, it's appreciated. Mark, my bro. So what is it, like 5 in the morning over there?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go to work in a minute. No, I'm gonna go to bed in a minute and hopefully get 3 to 4 hours of sleep. So
thank you so much, though, dude. I really appreciate when you come hang out with us. I always try to warn you. I said, dude, it's pretty late, but you know what?
No, I mean,
Mark loves us so much
the way
he stays up.
The way I see it is, I can do probably 5 or 6 of these a year, but I can never do this weekly.
Yeah.
So you're not gonna come on the show every Friday, like we
No, midweek, like the midweek ones. So Friday nights don't bother me because Saturday, I don't have work, but I've obviously got work in the morning, and a school run and all the rest of it. So, although actually school finishes on Friday, so when I do Robbie's one next week, at least I won't have a school run to do. Yeah, okay. So firstly, thank you for having myself and Jasmine on. It's cool to come on and chat about other geeky things. And to hang out with you fine American gentlemen flying that flag.
Is he doing it again, or
America?
Just a real one? Oh, it's a real one, guys.
Right. Okay. So coming up on Geeks Unleashed, the podcast, we are on our road to 200. So 200 episodes.
Yay.
200 episodes and 5 years. Me and Jasmine have been at it since the COVID days. Right, we kind of Robbie calls it Crew's Choice. We kind of didn't really call it that, but we grabbed 4 people from the past of Geeks Unleashed and said, come on for episodes 96, 97, 196, 197, 198, 199, and said, choose your favourite film. You'll have to listen to those episodes. The first one is Beastmaster.
Oh, is that Robbie?
Nice.
Is that Robbie?
No.
Oh, okay.
That's a guy called Adam, also from a YouTube channel called Go Figure. Then we're doing Blake. He's from Canada. He'd kick your ass.
Oh my god!
They're all the same Yetis up there.
Then we're doing Blade Runner, which is our Irish friend Derek. Then we're doing Lord of the Rings, which is our guy Cookie from Just a Little Podcast. And then we're doing Message from Space, which is a guy called Sean Pryor, who's a writer, done comics, graphic novels, books, whatever. And then, so the first one's dropping tomorrow, all being well, Jasmine, I guess. And then 5 weeks from now, the 200th episode comes out. And I don't want to spoil too much, but that 200th episode, me and Jasmine go at it. It's Mark versus Jasmine.
Uh-oh.
Oh, nice.
Oh, strife?
No, not like that. That is the theme.
Okay.
It's a death match. It's a death match.
It's a death match between me and Jasmine.
Apparently, it was a draw.
No one outside of the episode knows the results, but you should definitely check them out. So we've got some good stuff coming out in the next 5 weeks.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like I always say, everybody go sub up to Geeks Unleashed, Spotify, iTunes. I'm a little disappointed I wasn't contacted for the Road to 200, but it's okay.
Oh no, we're gonna do it again.
It's all right.
We're gonna do it again.
Well, what, Road to 300 in 2029? What are you talking about?
We want to do another run of these episodes. No, basically, what it was.
We want to make it a normal feature.
So what it was is we actually were gonna do more, but because we started at the beginning of the year doing all the Avengers, Iron Man, Captain America, we didn't calculate it well enough. We thought we were going to finish 10 episodes before 200, and then we realised we hadn't calculated it well. And we only had 4 episodes because we were going to actually try and get all you guys on as well. Like basically, we're going to have a run of 10 episodes, and I said to Jasmine, I've worked it out wrongly. I said we're only going to have 4 episodes, and because there's a lot more of you guys, I felt a bit bad, like trying to get all you guys on.
Good save, Mark. Good
You
save.
do like what Marvel did and just do 200.1, 200.2,
Yeah, there you go.
1A.
Just renumber it.
We did joke about doing 199.5, and like we were like, so anyway, we didn't. But I said to Jasmine, what we should do is next year we should do a run of these where we get people on and do their favorite movies. So
yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, it's always a pleasure, guys. I joke around with you, but I truly love you guys. I'm truly happy that you guys are doing this podcast and that you're reaching 200 freaking episodes. That is a milestone. That is amazing. Go sub up to Geeks Unleashed. Go sub up to Ink and Insights and my brother Dr. Doom's fan club, man. He's doing great work over his channel with all those introspective on characters and comics. Love it. And Go Figure reviews. Doing the Lord's work with action figures. I love how real you guys keep it because you got a lot of shills out in the goddamn action figure community. I've been noticing. So thank you for doing that. I still think you guys should do a little bit more Transformers, but that's just me.
You ain't wrong.
He's a more Transformers guy. I'm more the Master of the Universe guy.
Well, we got to turn you into a Transformers guy. That's all that you're telling me, Brooks. That's
You
all
just
that's-
No, bro, I'm not going down that. I ain't going down that road. I've seen where that leads.
You know
There's
what?
darkness and despair.
You've seen
You are
Surrounded by
smart.
Transformers.
You are
Yeah.
a smart, wise man, my friend. You just
You're
definitely proved that to me just now. Of course, first, the all-new, all-different Blame Fable show is returning this Friday with bags, boards, and badass women. This Friday, we're having the great Sheena from Melanin and Manga on the channel, a person that I've been friends with since the COVID times. She's one of my first friends in the comic book community, and I always love when I can have her on the show. So that's this Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern on this channel. Bags, boards, and badass women for the all-new, all-different Blame Fable show. Of course, Action Fest continues. next Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern over on Pop Culture Philosophers. I'm pretty sure all of you guys are already subbed up, but if you're not, go sub up with Robbie and Pop Culture Philosophers. The movie we'll be covering that night is Jean-Claude Van Damme in Hard Target.
Hard Target. That's a sweet mullet.
Yeah,
He got a
absolutely.
mullet.
Directed by John Woo, man, which is, a lot of people forget that's a John Woo joint, which is, one of my guys. I love John Woo. So, yeah, check out Action Fest over on Pop Culture Philosophers next Monday, and come back here next Tuesday where we'll be wrapping up our portion of Action Fest 2025 with a movie that, I don't know, man, if you don't give this one a high score, I don't know if you got, taste like that, but we'll be doing True Romance, the Tony Scott film starring Christian Slater. Great cast in that freaking movie. We've had some great casts in the Action Fest, but I think this one is the cast.
Brad Pitt's in it.
Yes.
Yeah, Brad Pitt's in it. King Cooper's in it.
For like 5 minutes. I love True Romance.
Yep, he's in it. Christopher Walken.
Christopher Walken's in it.
Is in that movie. Yep. So everybody, come check out our Action Fest finale next Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern. True Romance. Oh, and the movie's also written by Quentin Tarantino, one of his first movies that he's ever written. So hell yeah, guys, this has been a pleasure. I love y'all. Have a good night. Station,
y'all.